So, welcome to Let's Talk Mental Health. That's the podcast title we came up with. And welcome our guest, Morgan. Now, Morgan, tell us about yourself. Where are you from? How old are you? And how are you doing?
Hiya, it's nice to be here today. Well, my name is Morgan Brame. I'm 17 years old and I'm from near Liverpool in the United Kingdom. And yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, it's a bit gloomy outside, a bit grey, but I'm feeling quite positive.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, what is the Bumble Project?
The Bumblebee Project, that is my mental health awareness campaign. I set it up a couple of months ago and it sort of advocates adolescents, so young people, in their mental health about how they talk to themselves, about being kind to themselves and being kind to others, and how that impacts your sort of mental well-being and what's going on in here. I'm actually wearing one of the t-shirts right now. It's all glittery.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, it's called the Bumblebee because it's all about be happy, be kind to yourself, and it's just sort of that play on words, and it also makes me feel good when I hear people say the name because of that.
Okay, that's valid. Um, what inspired you to make your happiness video?
My happiness video. Well, so a couple of months ago, I was asked by a charity that I work with to make a video on mental health strategies, make a video on how I've overcome my own challenges in mental health difficulties. And I thought, okay, yeah, I'll do it. So I filmed it and thought, it's not really what I want to say. So I filmed it again, but I filmed it in a really different style and a very different editing style. And I had lots of things going on at the same time, and I put it online, and a lot more people watched it than I thought they would, and people were sending me messages saying, "Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I needed to hear. This is exactly what I needed on a Monday morning." I was like, "Oh, okay." So, and the campaign obviously grew from that video. So, my inspiration was not only was I asked to do it, but I was inspired to make it the best that I could because I was speaking from my heart and I was speaking about what I felt helped me when I was suffering.
Um, Speaking of that, have you ever suffered from mental health issues?
I have, yeah.
And
So,
what did you do to cope with it?
how did I cope with it? Well, a couple of years ago, I was sitting really important exams and I was going through a big transition. I was moving schools and things like that. And everything was a lot of, it was very hectic. It was a lot to take in at once. And I started to get really anxious and really nervous about things that I'd never been nervous about before. Um, and it started to make me feel really sad. And sometimes it was really difficult to sort of be around a lot of people when you weren't feeling, all too great. And so I went through a lot of processes and a lot of different strategies to try and sort of put me back together and try and sort of reteach my mind to think in the way that I wanted it to think positively and appreciate myself again because I'd started to really beat myself up a lot about things that I really shouldn't have been beating myself up about. It was very small things. And so eventually I got a life coach and she told me loads of different strategies, loads of different things. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. And then one day we had a call and she told me, "You're living in the future. You're worried about things that aren't happening and might never happen. You're saying, what if? But then what if? Or you're saying, oh, but when I was younger, this happened, but I realise I haven't got control about the future or the past. I've only got control about what's happening now. So that's what I should be worried about. That's what I need to be focusing on. And since then, that has been my strategy. I think, right, that's been and gone. It is what it is. I can't control that that's happened. But right now, how am I going to make a difference? How am I going to make myself feel better? How am I going to make other people feel better? And that's been my coping strategy, really.
Okay.
Where'd you go?
I was just taking a look at something real quick.
Oh,
Can you tell us about the swing analogy?
Yeah, the swing analogy. That's something that I came up with to sort of help teach my morals to other people. So the swing, if you imagine a swing set, right? So you've got the frame of the swing, you've got the rope and the seat, and you swing on the seat with the rope, yeah? So the frame of the swing represents the world and everything in it. The rope of the swing represents sort of your function in the world. What do you do? What do you post online? Who do you speak to? All those sort of things. And the seat is your attitude. So the more positive your attitude is, the stronger and the more sturdy your seat's going to be. And the more positive and the more affirmative the function in the world is going to be, the stronger the rope's going to be. And that will both be supported by what's in the world, and it will give back to you. So you're going to have much more fun on your swing if it's positive and strong, and more people are going to be attracted towards it and compelled towards it. And you get much better quality of life if you're feeding off that positivity and feeding off that strength. So that's what the swing's about, really, to sort of make that clear and sort of have that image of that in your head.
Yeah, that's fair. I gotta say one thing about this is that there's way more to mental health than just being nice to yourself.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I really couldn't agree more. But in my experience, when I was suffering, it was, whether I realised it or not, because I was being harsh on myself and because I was being cruel to myself. And although when you are positive and when you talk to yourself better, that may not fix everything, but it is a big step and it's a big start, and it's something that a lot of people sort of overlook, and they think that's what the campaign's about. It's to make people realise, actually, this is important and this could really help you, because it really did help me.
That's fair. Have you enjoyed being on the podcast today?
I have, yeah. It's been really nice to talk.
Yeah. Well, goodbye everyone. Let's stop recording now.